Hey, how is ya? How you be? This here is conservative Jake Mills coming right back at you again for another edition of my viewpoints from a conservative standpoint. Now, I wonder if you guys have heard about the Biden administration and their new program for drug addicts, investing $30 million. $30 million of your tax dollars in my tax dollars. But I bet you would never believe what they're buying with your money. They're buying crack pipes. That's right. Crack pipes and other drug paraphernalia for addicts. Trying to say that this is supposed to be so-called clean and safe ways for addicts to use their drug of choice. Now, they also said a little something in there about getting them treatment and counseling and all that. I'm all right with all of that. But I tell you what I ain't for. I ain't for my tax dollars going to literally buy crack pipes. And I'm not fooling with you guys. You can look this up for yourself. New program that they're using. Now, the way I see it, I ain't never been a drug addict. I ain't never touched a drug a day in my life. But I'll be dang. If I'm going to stand by without somebody hearing what I got to say about this. Giving out free crack pipes to drug addicts. That ain't the way to go. Democrats just don't know. Democrats are terrible money managers. I mean, you just give them a little bit and they just take it and just run a mile with it. It's a complete and utter disgrace what they're doing. And the cities that are going to probably benefit the most, well, I don't know about benefit, but really, it's really to our detriment, are going to be probably Seattle, LA. LA's got a terrible, terrible problem with drugs. Got a homeless problem too, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Probably cities like Baltimore. That's another city, high in crime, got a lot of problems with drugs. And I just think all this is going to do is just keep the addict smoking that crack or whatever they're doing. I don't see this as being any kind of way of helping them. Trying to say we want them to stay safe while they're getting high, instead of using dirty crack pipes and reusing crack pipes and all of that. Look, without treatment and counseling, and the person, the addict, their self has to want it bad enough. They have to want it for themselves. They have to want to be well. They have to want it for themselves, people. People, I ain't surprised by none of this. None of it. Because every time the Biden administration, somebody hands them the football, they fumble. Now, I don't know how many of you people love football, but I do. And you know what happens when you fumble that ball. You know, my granddaddy used to say, church's money on the ground. Every time I used to watch football and they fumbled it. Well, that's what the Biden administration does with your tax dollars. They fumbling. And I don't know about you, but I don't want no turnovers with my money. You understand what I'm saying? Take that fumbling stuff somewhere else. Because this is Coach Conservative Jake Mills. And you better not fumble that football. Because you'll be off the team. Well, that's all the time I got today, folks. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. And I'll catch you on my next rant. Take care, everybody.